Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk everything animation here, including Star vs. the Force of Evil, which we'll be getting into right now. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Michelle Anderer.
Hello.
And Alex Bonilla.
Hola.
Happy Stump Day, Michelle and Alex.
Yeah.
Stump Day. Insert official Stump Day theme song here. We're going to be talking about our holiday special, actually holiday Spellcial episodes of Star vs. the Force of Evil, Stump Day, and the aforementioned holiday Spellcial that aired, I think, this morning on Disney XD and also where it was on the app. Yes, new Star, even after Starvember. We had our Christmas/holiday episodes here, and actually Stump Day episodes, both the Stump Day themes.
Stump Day though.
We're gonna be getting into that though. Yeah, we're gonna be getting into these episodes, and we talk about Star every time it's new here on the Overly Animated Podcast. You can find us at overlyanimated.com or search for Overly Animated Star on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. Subscribe there or YouTube to not miss any of our Star discussions. Make sure you've seen Stump Day and Holiday Spellcial. It's on the app and everywhere. I think that's the mandatory pronunciation for Spellcial, right?
Why?
Sounds
Why
like you're throwing up in your mouth.
How else would you say it?
Spellcial.
Spellcial.
Spellcial, like you're a Canadian.
That's Canadian. Where's that? I don't know if that's how that works, but I don't think that's related. But
this isn't OKKO. They're not going to just drop all those sorries all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, different show. Okay, let's get into Stump Day and Holiday Spellcial. Michelle, what'd you think of these episodes?
Oh, I liked both of these episodes. I like Christmassy themed stuff usually. I wasn't expecting to like Spellcial at first, but like, oh my god, Alex, you were really behind the all-seeing eye as a character, right?
Hotly anticipated. We'll discuss.
Oh my god, I agree with you now. He's so great. I just want him to have a good time and be able to socialize. But I mean, all the drama happened in Stump Day, so I think like they were good for different reasons. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to choose a favorite because I love Spider with the Top Hat, and I love the fact that we get to see all the like critters inside of Star's wand again, because I think that's like a fabulous thing for the show to even like conceive of doing, and we keep going back and it keeps being great. So I don't have a favorite, but like they're both solid. A+, thumbs up all around. Good times.
Solid A+, thumbs up, good times from Michelle. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. The reviews are in. Alex, do you agree? Good times?
Yeah, like it felt really weird that these episodes, like, they have nothing to do with story really, but I think because of that I'm able to just embrace the fun a little more easier than in the previous bomb. And so in the end I think like I enjoyed these a lot more than several of the episodes from earlier in November. Holiday Spellcial I think has more interesting things to think about. But Stump Day is also just a fun episode. The drama, I've not been a fan of how they've handled it in the past, but here I think they move from place to place very quickly to the point where it's just quick jokes and moving on. So I enjoyed that part of it. And Holiday Spellcial is just a bunch of new characters. All-Seeing Eye is great, and I wish the Eye great that he can grow his relationships within the wand in the future. But all in all, they were fun episodes. Maybe not substantial, but they were entertaining to watch.
Yes, I agree. Three thumbs up from us, maybe 6.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm a big fan of both of these episodes. They're really fun. Just both solid. Don't know which is better. Don't really care. They're both fun for different reasons. And I think this is like what I would have wanted more of from Starvember. I think these two are better than most episodes of the new episodes that aired in November. There's like 4 maybe that were better, but there's no desire from the show to move the plot along, and I think that with that the show, the characters, the relationships, they can really shine a lot more. when we don't just feel the need to progress from a certain point. And these very much felt like maybe late season 2 episodes, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And I think both of them were. I think the highlight of Stump Day is our relationship drama segment, and there's a lot to get into there.
Oh yeah.
You know, I could take or leave the Stump Day zaniness with Star. You know, it's the show's brand of humor, and it's shoehorned into a lot of episodes. I think it was fine here, but you know, it does narrow Star's range of emotions, I guess, if she's always like the zany one. So I'm not crazy when she gets into that mode, but I think it was fine in that episode. And then Holiday Spellcial was also very fun. I think Spider at the Top Hat's one of the iconic episodes of the show. Makes sense to get a sequel. I don't think the sequel is as good as the original. You know what is?
It's doing exactly. It's doing different things.
But I think it was very good. I think it's a good concept for the for the sequel, the workplace party, the office party, and new spell, and he has to fit in with the current Star spells. I think it's kind of a brilliant idea, and it's executed pretty well. So I think these are both really fun. And happy Stump Day. That's all we got to say here. It's great. I think we should start with Stump Day itself, because the relationship drama, it's what's going to be talked about, I assume. I haven't really looked at any of the fan discussion yet, but there's a lot of Tom Star, Starco, Kelco.
Oh God, yeah, now it's real. It makes me really annoyed.
Which one of those three makes you annoyed?
The Kelly thing.
Oh wow.
Why?
Okay, let's start here, because this is going to be a hot debate. Apparently, Michelle, why does it make you annoyed?
Because I just want them to be a supportive friend. And we already got like on Marco's case before about how he's just like nice to a girl and tells her she's great and he loves hanging out with her, and then they fall in love with him, and then they realize he's never gonna not love Star, and then they peace out on him. And I don't want things to get weird between him and Kelly. Like, can't they just be friends? Can't he just be a good friend? Why there gotta be feels? Plus Tom hasn't even moved out yet. Or
Tad, yeah,
Tad, yeah.
We got a Tad
But,
appearance.
There's just so much going on. Don't need this extra nonsense.
Okay, Alex,
That's
as the number
feel.
one Kelco shipper, what's your rebuttal here?
Well, my rebuttal is I'm with Michelle. I'm fine with them being friends.
You need to
Alex, yay!
I think the problem here is that like we're so focused on Starco, we're not giving Marco a chance to explore other relationships. So like Kelly's just kind of off on the sideline here. That you give Jana this one line, "Oh, you wish they were fighting over you." But other than that, there's not, and also Kelly and Marco dancing for like 5 seconds at the end of the episode. There's not actually that much substance here to the ship. So like, as a crack shipper, I love Kelly and Marco, and I will consume every fan art of them available together. But in the show, like, you're still not really doing anything to convince me that this is going to be a real relationship.
What do you mean crack ship? It's totally canon. They were dancing together.
I mean, yes, but like...
You can compartmentalize your shipping and your logic. That is truly commendable. I could not...
that sounds like a shot at me, Michelle. That's what I'll say.
It is a shot at you! It's
Wow. The difference is Starco is the foundation. Anyway.
Let this not mar the idea that the fact that Kelly is in this episode at all, I love, and I make this episode 3 times better than it would have been without Kelly.
Yeah, here's the rebuttal to Michelle is that their show isn't really trying to show them together. I think like it's they're just we do have the one line from Bonilla, geez, Kelly, chill out. Are you just mad because Marco's fighting over Tom?
That was Jana though.
Jana said that. Geez,
yeah.
That sounds like a Pony headline. Now that I wrote it down. Are you just mad because Marco's fighting Tom over Star instead of you? Yeah. That was it though, and she didn't really respond. So
she was defensive, and this animation's not cheap. It takes a lot of time and effort to animate, and if you need to pay attention to something, it is very intentional.
Okay.
And for them to even include that line, it says more than I ever wanted.
Also, Star versus the Forces of Evil is known for its teasing, so like
yes, it was a ship tease, whatever. Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. It's different from like a Disney Channel promo. This is like in the actual episode.
The point is they're not like dating, right? Like that. It's it's just they just throw it into this episode. It was fun.
I don't need any of it.
I don't need any of it. Oh man.
Yeah. Get me a Kelly and Marco dating episode so Kelly can dump him.
I mean, that would be a little satisfying, actually.
Yeah, to get back together with Tad, right?
No!
No.
Dad, do our own thing!
How dare you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Tad in this episode. Very exciting.
Yeah, that made me annoyed. I thought the end of Lava Lake Siege it was like an ending. And you're just like, okay, fine, Tad, come back in. Like, come on.
Yeah, it was. I guess it's a joke because we didn't show Tad moving out before. So yeah. But yeah, we got Kelly. Very very exciting here. I would say, wow, Kelly is more a part of our cast, but no, because Starfan 13 was in this episode, so. Kind of. I was very annoyed. I thought we were completely done with Starfan 13.
I don't mind her. Kelly had an awesome outfit this episode, though.
Yes.
Just for the record. Yeah.
Great sweater.
Mm-hmm. And scarf thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say let's talk more about Kelly, but we kind of just hit on everything that she did in the episode.
There wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Maybe we'll circle back. Yeah.
But yeah, we have Kelly and Marco on one corner of the screen, and on the other corner of the screen you have Tom and Star, like on totally opposite sides of the room. So that's where we are right now.
The canon ships. It's happening. Yeah. But really, I don't know why we started with Kelly. That's not the headline. The headline is the Marco versus
it's the headline
Tom.
to me.
Marco versus Tom drama. Marco says, and you're supposed to be her boyfriend. Oh my God. Wow. Just calling Tom out on being a bad boyfriend. Tom says, say I'm a good boyfriend.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I
think that's a Tomko moment, actually. It's like, approve of me.
The screenshot's going to be the Tomko moment. They're like wrestling. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm into that.
Yeah, into it. Yeah. And wait, who's this is Ponyhead, I think. Wow, happy birthday, Star. It's the ultimate gift. 2 boys are fighting over you. Yeah.
That's Ponyhead.
Yep. It's happening. The Tom versus Marco drama we've always wanted, right?
I don't know about always wanted, but it's happening, isn't it?
How did you look at this, Michelle? As it was this Tomco, Starco, Tom Star, all of the above?
No, it's just nonsense.
It's just nonsense.
They all like each other, and they need to just have hot showers and just go to bed.
they're just 14, 15-year-olds, right? Like,
yeah.
This is just the middle school drama. Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot.
Yeah, Alex, what do you think?
Okay, this is tough. I think in the end it ends up being a Starco thing, just because, like, Marco is the one who, well, Marco's doing wrong things, Tom's doing wrong things. Nobody's actually right here, but Marco has the advantage of like actually putting thought into preparing something, even if as Star plays out very well, his timing is very off, and he should recognize that Stump Day is more important to her than the birthday. But Tom, I can see his side of the argument, right? Like he knows Star well enough to be like, okay, leave her alone for the holidays. I don't want to get mixed up with her right now, and we'll handle the birthday stuff later. And that's a perfectly fine line of reasoning. But the fighting just. I guess the fighting just feels off because it's like the whole, 2 guys fighting over a girl who, like, the girl doesn't have any say in the actual fighting of it. So it all feels very awkward when you think about it too much. But by the end of the episode, it ends up being a Starco thing. So whatever.
Well, duh, like every episode. But
yeah,
just note that I didn't bring that up. So it's. No, I was living for the drama. Okay, it was great.
Yeah, that's like the main thing to take away from this episode. It's just the drama.
I love the Tom and Marco fighting. It's happening. They were too civil. They need to butt heads. I agree. It's bad because they're fighting over Star, and not a great feminist message and stuff. But I don't think Star really cared. Like either way, it's not like Star was invested in it. This was just the 2 of them being dumb. So. I thought it was good, and there's no real conclusion either because neither's right. Because Star just doesn't celebrate her birthday on Stump Day, so yeah, Tom knows that, Marco didn't know, and that's it basically. I mean, we could have a discussion over whether surprise parties are like a morally good thing. The episode kind of talks about that. Like you shouldn't really surprise people. That's probably not a good thing. But
I mean, the thing is, I feel like Star, like her personality as described in seasons 1 and 2, would love surprises normally, but it's just this one particular day is a bad time for
Star normally, yeah, you'd think so. So I don't think either of them are out of line here. Tom got mad; he shouldn't have gotten mad, but Marco's very baited by Marco, and Tom clearly not over his anger problems. Demonicism did not solve everything, and
because he didn't go through with the treatment. He did one one
thing.
obsession. It was like, nah, I'm out.
You got one out. One of them.
He had like 91 to go or whatever.
Yeah.
More than that. Yeah. It's so it was a great 2-minute sequence, but I don't think we're really supposed to take anything away from it. Yeah. Do you agree?
I mean, it's like the beginning of the end with
Of Tom
Star and Tom. Of
course.
Really? Wow. Of course
Also,
it
it's-
is.
Yeah, also it's Marco making his feelings a little more public, like, saying, "Oh, you're
do you
supposed
think-
to be her boyfriend."
Do you
so
think that's
Star.
true? Did you
Mhm.
read it like that? And you're supposed to be her boyfriend was a public display of Marco's feelings.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
like a public jealousy, right? And so
Mhm.
Star, I think, is smart enough to like discern. Oh, wait, what's going on here? Why are you calling him out like that?
She was in wacky zany star mode with.
Well,
She
yeah,
wasn't in
she-
Wacky Day Star Mode. She's in Don't Accept the Stump at all costs. I'm terrified of the Stump. Oh my god, the Stump mode, which
Well,
is
she- okay, she-
understandable
she
because
did-
it's
she
her
did
favorite
get-
holiday.
She got vindicated because it was real. Okay, true. But yeah, I don't think she was noticing I don't think she's gonna notice Marco's public feelings. Yeah.
No, because she was too wrapped up in the Stump.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the drama will continue into the second half of the season. When will Marco admit his feelings? When will Star's feelings return, or she'll like surface them? And this was a good continuation of this continued Starco drama. I do think the show hadn't.
What happened though? Like we keep dancing around this, but like, what happened between them? Like, why did nothing happen? Did they just not feel ready? Is that like how the show feels? They have to like wait a while to really have a talk because it was pretty close there for a hot
I think it's just bad timing on all accounts because, like, first Star has a crush on Marco, but Marco is already with Jackie. By the time Marco and Jackie break up, Star has already moved on. And only when Marco breaks up with Jackie, like, okay, I'm ready to talk with Star. But no, wait, Star's taken. So,
that's
like,
true.
It's just all timing stuff. And in real life, like, you can understand why that would happen and stuff gets delayed. But in show, obviously, it's a bit more frustrating because, you know, at one point they both had feelings for each other, but it never happened at the same time.
Right, it's just the relationship drama stuff. They do currently both have feelings for each other.
That's the thing though. I'm like, okay, guys, we know it's there.
Like,
how much longer?
Besides scent of a hoodie, do we but since then has there been any signs?
I mean, her relentless trust in Marco and going to him for pretty much everything is like the first person she cares about the most. It's pretty apparent.
Yeah, you forget the finale of the mid-season finale stuff with "You're My Lifeline" and stuff like that.
Oh,
right?
but that's just silly.
Yeah, that's more like forcing him into a Squire role rather than.
Right. I mean, obviously, you could interpret all of the Squire stuff as just friends, Yeah, but it's clearly, I think, supposed to be a metaphor for their deep bond and stuff like that. And the manifestation of it.
I do want to say at the end where Star says, "Oh, I love you all," but she looks directly at Marco. Like that's the Starco moment.
It's right. I didn't even write it down just because they instantly move away from it. But yeah, she says, "I love you all," and holds hands with Marco first, but then everyone holds hands. So we're having it both ways with the Starco and trying to obscure it
both ways.
Yeah, but I do think.
So.
Currently, I think Star still clearly has her feelings for Marco. It hasn't been that long since this was a giant thing at the end of season 2, and we have not yet addressed them. She just buried them underneath her desire to be a better princess, and she's dating Tom to like obscure it and just to not have to be sad and deal with those. So they're just hiding underneath. And Marco does have feelings for Star as of Love Lake Beach and always, but he just realized it. So it's gonna come head on in the second half of the season unless they keep delaying it more, which they might.
I don't know. I feel like they won't wait till season 4 for something to actually happen.
Yeah, you sure? Sure.
My gut's just, I don't know. I think it's gonna get old, because it already feels kind of like I feel a little frustrated, right. And I don't even ship it. So I feel like they have to do something by the end of the season.
Yeah. I'd be living for this if we were just dealing with the drama more directly. We're kind of just obscuring
that's the
it
thing.
right
The dancing around it's what feels frustrating. If they actually if they hashed it out, like I'd love to watch that.
But of course, if they hashed it out, the drama couldn't stretch for a season, could it?
They could have different plot drama, which would be a new kind of fun.
You can have them just like get into a fight and like stop talking to each other or something like that.
Oh, I hope not. That's an old sad tropey thing to do.
Just like them discussing it is the important part. Even if it doesn't go well, they need to talk about it, right? Like, let's just bring on the drama or the happy, like whatever. Either way, let's do it. Okay, there's relationship drama discussion. We also had kind of some Janko. I feel like, Jan
Did
was
we?
like, she's like, stop rubbing my back, Marco, and I feel like there's something else.
God. Marco's such a.
I actually got Jan Star because at one point she elbows somebody and goes, "That's my girl."
She does say that's my girl, yeah.
Like that was the stronger Janiship here.
Yeah,
I agree with Alex.
Yeah, that's my girl. It's a Jan Star. Wow, just all the ships happening in this episode.
So it happens in the holidays. All the feelings come out.
Well, except Ponyhead and Starfan, they're the ones left out here.
I know, and Ponyhead did not appreciate people not paying attention to her.
Oh, the one thing that didn't happen.
Yeah, classic Ponyhead.
Jana Tom that everyone's been waiting for didn't happen, so that's sad.
What?
Yeah. What do you mean, what? What are you whatting? That
I didn't
everyone's been
know
waiting
that
for?
was a thing.
Well, it's not a thing, but it's just speculated.
Jana loves like the supernatural stuff, right? And Tom's
Jana dated a skeleton. It's in the book, and so this isn't that much of a stretch.
That's too gay for Tom. I'm sorry.
But yeah, they were dancing. It was Star, then Tom, then Jana in that dancing sequence at the end. So they're close.
Yeah, they were at least within arm's reach. Yeah.
Yeah, they're arm's reach close.
Sometimes that's all you need for a ship.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
As we know from the Kelka, yep. So
yeah.
Hey, Kelly has had more than that.
Yeah,
they cried in each other's arms.
Yeah, always have Lava Lake Beach. Yep. Okay, so.
Man.
Yeah, so that's the relationship drama. Would we? And this was all framed around Marco's surprise quinceañera for Star. Yeah, happy
15.
Yeah.
Happy 15th birthday, Star! Yay!
Hey.
Yeah.
Is it me, or do they feel portrayed younger than that?
Well, Star is pretty immature, I think, but we've known. I think we've known that they are 14. For once, we didn't have an off-screen birthday, so hooray! With a lot of shows, it's like, did they turn a year older and we just didn't know it yet? But no, this is yes. Did we have Marco's birthday? Right? Yeah, just in Lava Lake Beach. So,
by the way, Marco put all this thought into planning Star's birthday party. What did they do for Marco? Huh?
They got him extra nachos. He loved it. He had a good time on the couch.
Yeah. So
Dylan's not impressed with that comment.
No, I have nothing to add. Yeah, it's we should have a Marco birthday party, but no, it's just a Kelko moment. So there you go. What do we think of this quinceañera, Alex?
Well, I just enjoyed. Hey, Marco's a Mexican family. What do you know? Star learned something about culture. Great. But I like the details, like her being able to understand the mariachis.
She was talking Spanish a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, es un día muy importante. But the Stump wearing a sombrero felt a little too on the nose. Like, come on, really? That's your idea. But it was fine. I like just including Mexican culture, since that's how we were introduced to Marco and his family in the first place, and since then it was never really touched upon. It's besides nachos, I guess.
Yeah, nachos is their recurring theme. Yeah,
I feel bad for joking about the nachos. Marco has more than that in his life.
Yeah, he also has burritos, right?
And karate.
No, burritos are Star and Tom's thing, and nachos is the Dragon Cycle. So wrong all around is what I would say to that.
Tom doesn't get to claim burritos.
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve it.
The burrito song is always a Tom Star thing, and we'll have to accept that. Is what I'll say. So I don't know. What were we talking about? The quinceañera? Yeah.
The quinceañera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. That thumbs up. I like the mariachi band, and the best moment was Ponyhead saying, "Also, this party has no hotties," and the leader, the
guy
being like,
sad.
Yeah. I would be offended if someone said no hotties, but
I would be offended. It doesn't even matter. It's just like a rude thing to say out loud.
I have no self-confidence, so I would just say, okay.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Relatable. Yeah, it's but he was upset. What else? How about the concept of Stump Day and just it's a wacky Muni thing.
We should talk about that. It's kind of like the Munman's origin story, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. So we get the Kingdom of
Big
Muni origin
deal.
story with the Stump and them carving their initials into the Stump.
Where did they come from?
Also, if we tie this into the monster human plot, this is getting really colonial here.
Oh,
Yes,
yes,
I think so.
The monsters were here. The humans showed up out of nowhere. And
We
like,
didn't get
okay,
into
this is
that,
our
but-
land now.
Wow.
Right, yeah, they're
Stick it in.
portrayed as as like settlers, right? So this is they don't mention monsters, but I do think that this is a subtle development of the human monster stuff. Yeah, not good,
Yeah.
not good. The butterfly family name is not looking great, I think.
Uh-huh. Also, just in general, like the whole Stump Day thing, I do enjoy that it's not a straight Christmas parody. Like we end up adding some extra, like the bad things might happen to you. It's like a hybrid between Halloween and Christmas. So
I think it's with the settler thing. I think it's more Thanksgiving in that.
It's
regard.
all
and also
free.
Thanksgiving, right? So like
Yeah.
I do enjoy that they're just like blending stuff into this human wacky holiday. It's like that's cool. It's not something I've seen before all together in one.
Yeah, the main Christmas thing I think was it's just a manipulative fairy tale that parents tell their kids so they're less annoying during the holidays.
Mhm,
Yeah.
definitely.
That and the music.
Commentary on
Yeah.
Santa, yeah. So, Stump Day was fine, sure. I wasn't that into the horror parts with the stump at the end. I don't know.
No, but the tension leading up to it I really enjoyed when Star's just like really terrified, and like the creepy song she sings when she's brushing her teeth is like very on point. I appreciated it a lot.
Yeah. Any other Stump Day comments, Alex?
No, the Stump Day serves as a good framing device for all the character interaction, which is what makes this episode fun to watch.
Yeah.
Mhm,
I forgot
that's
the most
true.
important part is Stumptacular, says Marco. So,
You would say that.
Yeah. I do. Tom said at one point, like talking about Star and her devotion, like I think it's cute, and then Star, get off me, you non-believer.
Star takes it seriously, you guys.
I'm gonna claim that as an anti-Tom Star moment.
Aww. Nobody believed in this stuff, not even her parents.
Tom
Yeah.
is trying.
Yeah.
Is he trying?
The only
Well-
thing that makes me a little like about Tom was when Marco was like, I don't think he remembered that her birthday was even like a thing. and
Yeah,
if
that's
that's
up
true,
in the
that's
air,
a
yeah.
big deal, but we don't know. That was Marco's perspective, and he already is like kind of,
But
about
if they celebrated on like a completely different day, maybe understandable that he wouldn't remember
Yeah.
this on this specific day. But yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Other parts of the episode. In the beginning, we had tell me the story of the first Stump Day, Uncle River. Haha, you don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, that was a good line.
He's
And
just like,
very
oh.
very River line, yeah. And we talked about the hotties line. Oh, here's a good pony headline. Sorry, I was so hard on Earth Turd, except not really, because he's improved as a person with my thoughtful criticism. I agree with Ponyhead. Thoughtful criticism, yes. Defend Ponyhead. Okay.
Has
and
Marco improved though?
I was from what it was already fine to begin with.
I mean, I think we do need to. I mean, we've already talked about this a little in the Starvember, but like Marco and Star have seemed more immature in these group of episodes than they were in the end of season 2.
Yeah, I mean
In some ways, yeah.
they're both putting on more than than they're both trying to pretend to be these adults now, and they're still 15 as this episode establishes. So I think it's unsurprising that we've been dealing with it badly, and I do hope we comment on that more in the second half of the season. Okay, so thumbs up on Stump Day.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Okay, let's talk about Holiday Spellcial. The long-awaited Spider with a Top Hat sequel. Was it long-awaited?
it was kind of awaited.
Spider's great.
It'd been a
I would have
year.
preferred a Ludo in the Wild sequel first, but
Oh my
I
god, yes,
disagree.
both
I
of those
heavily
things.
disagree with that. Okay,
I
but,
miss Ludo.
it only been a year, but we have the return of a Spider with a Top Hat. Michelle, what do you think of? First of all, I guess like the concept of this episode and how they deal with it in the sequel.
Oh, it's so good. It's just such a smart, amazing idea. And it's one of the things that made me really like enjoy season 2 so much. Like it just took all these directions that I wasn't anticipating given like, the the rhythm of season 1, but like, I think it's such a good idea. Going inside her wand and seeing how all these characters interact is like so funny and interesting, and I actually like care about them, and that's like crazy because they live inside her wand the whole time. But it's just, yeah, like Alex was saying too, like the idea of introducing a new spell and like the weirdness of like, oh, well, it's like actually Eclipse's spell. He's like, yeah, but Star used him, so he should like be part of the team now, and he just doesn't know how to fit in. And I think one interesting thing out of it's like I was kind of wondering like, oh, if it's Eclipse's spell, is he can be like super evil and awful? But like he just didn't know how to fit in, and he's like really chill, and that gives me a little hope for like, you know, our perceptions of Eclipse too. Like if this is the way her magic interacts with Star's magic, maybe it's not totally evil. That was my big takeaway, but I thought the episode was great.
Yeah. Not even something the episode directly comments on, but yeah, maybe. Yeah, what do you think of that, Alex?
Yeah, actually, I came with a similar takeaway because the moral that this episode is trying to give off, right, is an all-seeing eye says always tell the truth no matter what. And Spider at the top is like, well, there are times when you gotta hide the truth a little bit, man. And it's a similar thing to like Eclipse. She mentions stuff like all knowledge is good knowledge, so she seems to be like that kind of person too, where she'll just say what's on her mind no matter what. And the Star has also been on that path, like, hey, you gotta always tell the truth. But also she hides certain things, right? So like it's an interesting parallel to what's going on outside of Eclipse and Star that they've managed to squeeze into this one episode. And I think just in general, like Spider with a top hat, the character is very relatable to me. Like a guy who has to like exude positivity inside. He's falling apart.
It's so relatable, yes.
And so like he's just a very nice character that if we get one episode of him a season, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That guy, I remember him. And just it's a very cute episode, and one that ends up having a story that you can think about, because there are arguments for both sides, right? Like All Seeing Eye's idea and Spider's idea. In the end, it seems All Seeing Eye comes around to Spider's form of thinking, like, oh, well, I gotta also show the good sides of the truth as well. So
yeah,
it's an interesting thing to think about in the end, and I think that's why it makes Holiday Spellcial a slightly better episode than Stump Day. It's treating themes that are a bit more in depth than what Stump Day is doing.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I could see it, but you know, I think our themes are dealt with subtly, and you can just enjoy the nonsense of the spells.
Right, and that's why I think
either.
Makes it a fun episode. The fact that it doesn't hammer home that moral, like it surrounds it with a lot of zaniness and stuff, and it's like, oh, this is funny.
Yeah. In terms of the morality, the one thing I really appreciated was that it wasn't just that All-Seeing Eye needed to just hide the truth at times. It was like the conclusion is that you can also tell the truth about good things.
Exactly. Yeah, he wasn't like not telling the truth at any point. He was just shifting the focus of what he was showing.
And I think that's like a creative take on this type of pretty simplistic parable, where it's like, you know, just don't focus on the negative. You can also show off with your apparently infinite recording. You can just show off the good things that are happening too. So I enjoyed that. In general, with this episode concept, I think that the original Spider with the Top Hat is it's just such a unique premise, and one that was executed in a really excellent way last season when they did it. October 10th, so a year and a few months, and I think that episode really was around the turning point of the show from
I would agree,
from like good to great, and like this is arguably one of the first great episodes of Star. You know, we have ones like Sleepover and Mr. Candle Cares before that, but really, like, once you get to this episode, it's like the show shifts into gear. We get into the wands, and then Bon, and then into the second half of the season. And you know, this is the first time I really, when the Strider with the Top Hat, started to think about the show in a different, more like legitimate critical light. And I do think that this is one of the most interesting narrative concepts that the show does in just kind of personifying all of Star's spells and showing them interact, and how that parallels Star on the outside. And I think this was another excellent example of it. And I think including All-Seeing Eye was a great way to tie into the Eclipse stuff currently, and a good commentary on what we've done with Star's magic in the past year. And I don't know. I guess the eye just resides in her wand always now because she casted it once or twice. But yeah, and seeing the eye interact with all of her nonsense zany spells, I think is really fun. And yeah, it's I guess I don't enjoy this or Spider with the Top Hat in terms of like personal enjoyment as much as seeing just Star and Marco on the outside. But I think this is a great thing to do every once in a while, and it's just really just great narratively and just very creative, I think.
Yeah, I think it works as a breather episode, right? Like after all this plot stuff of the Starvember that it was trying to do, and then you just show up with a holiday episode and the spider in the top hat. It's like, okay, well, that's nice. It brings you back to like the roots of the like zany emotionalness of Star.
Yeah, I do think these episodes maybe somewhat don't work anymore just because Star isn't casting Narwhal Blast like in a long time. Like when's the last time she did Warnicord Stampede? So you kind of forget who these things are. This is more of like a season 1 concept that we're still commenting on, and the show's kind of just different now. I think it's fine, but it is a little bit. There's like kind of 2 Star versus like the original premise of the show. Like we're not really fighting forces of evil anymore, and we're not really Star's not really casting these crazy spells all the time. And this is like kind of a new age Star commentary on past Star, but the further we get from season 1 Star, I think it's going to stop working as much. So I do wonder if we'll go back to it again. But yeah, I'd still like seeing Narwhal and Warnicorn and everyone here. Michelle, do you have a favorite spell from the episode?
I mean, I really like Spider with a Top Hat. He has the most personality.
It's a boring choice.
That's not a boring choice. It's a makes a lot of sense choice.
Yeah, he's great. We also had Kitten Barrel, Snail.
Kitten Barrel was pretty cool.
I still really enjoy Narwhal Blast. Like he's kind of the veteran of the group, and he's Spider's confidant. And he's smart enough to take him aside. He notices Spider's feelings, you look a bit down, So I like him. He's nice. And he's got an eye patch, which is cool.
Yeah, which is cool. And we saw it underneath the eye patch, which was kind of concerning.
Yeah.
It's like a pit of nothingness. Like, what's the story behind that, man?
Are you medically concerned for him?
Well, just why did they show it? It makes me wonder.
Oh, man, maybe our Narwhal solo episode.
Inside of his eye. It's just super meta.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess that's what we need right now.
Inside the wand, inside his eye. Yes, it is. Well, anything could happen.
Yeah, we got another layer deep. We also had Cloudy, who we'd seen on the show a few times.
Oh, yeah, Cloudy.
Yeah. I like Kitten Barrel, Cloudy. Although the Warnicorns, I think, were really good. Asking I if you lift. And you lift, bro. And then Warnicorn also says, instead of taking responsibility for my actions, I'm going to blame you for recording them. And then I'm going to pummel you. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
lots of eye puns in this episode.
Yeah, he was there great. We had Pig. I don't know what spell Pig is, but Pig was He was telling the story of him dancing. Yeah, I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
Came off a little bit too similar to Mr. Pig from Adventure Time. Like they're pretty much the same character. So
yeah, it's true, but not the show's responsibility. We have Snail. Snail's trails are it's a side effect from my medication.
Oh yeah, I remember Snail.
Yeah, I thought that. Wow, that's the. I remember the character.
Snail's just a very interesting design. It sticks in your mind.
Yeah, definitely true. So yeah, that was fun seeing all the spells. So Alex, hotly anticipated seeing All-Seeing Eye / Spy Eye / Seeing Eye. Do you think the portrayal of it delivered in the episode?
I think it did. I mean, I went into this expecting like him actually being a character, like actually talking. Maybe you give it a female deep voice to mirror Eclipsa. Give him some brooding lines. I don't know, but it making him silent, but also like what I admire this episode is that they made him silent, but it still feels like the eye has a personality, right? It's like stays off to the side. He observes everybody and is willing to speak up when something is wrong, but also is able to be convinced about things. It's not totally unaware of what's going on around it. So it was a very interesting portrayal, not one I was expecting, but in the end, it's just like All-Seeing Eye as a character. Like I love the fact that they went in with doing that finally.
Why is
Yeah.
All-Seeing Eye less of a human than Star Spells?
Because he's literally just like a vaporous eye that shoots out of the wand. I think
I
he
feel
looks
like there's
perfect.
easy rebuttals to that, which is any of them are just.
But a narwhal's still a narwhal, and a spider's still a spider. But he's
But they all
literally
have
just
mouths.
like yeah, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
Is him
Maybe
talking
because
the only thing that
Eclipse's
separates?
magic's different. Maybe that's part of it too.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of the contrast.
I do think it's kind of interesting to think about something about Stars and herself, like which anthropomorphizes her spells versus everyone else who aren't like humans. Maybe there's something special about Star that does that.
Mm-hmm. I think
also
that's possible.
The fact that these all these other spells were used in her more fun, loving time, but this All-Seeing Eye has only been used in like very serious or somber occasions. Like he has to go get Glossric.
Oh my god!
He needs to go find relationship drama.
That's such a good point. No wonder he has trouble socializing. He's not used to having fun spell time. Oh, it makes so much sense now.
Yeah, that he doesn't get invited to parties very often. So what are you
He's
gonna
always
do?
business. It's probably his first Christmas work party ever. I feel for him, man.
You're feeling so bad for Eye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, poor All-Seeing Eye. Yeah, all he does is just record things and then play them back. That's
yeah.
it. But yeah,
I was a little disappointed they didn't go like the Lapis route with Steven Universe of like replaying things to make a conversation. Like that would have been also an interesting way to go, like him talking by way of other people talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, showing other clips, forming sentences for himself. What's up with the Jackie and Marco clip that we kept showing? It's always the best to tell the truth.
I'm wondering if that's a way of the show telling us that Star has used the spell on other occasions. And that would explain a little better why the spell is in the wand by now. Like the fact that Star has used it frequently enough, because all we've seen in show is it being used twice, I think, in Bon Bon and in the cave. But yeah, that would be an interesting way to go. The fact that Star has been using this more often to spy on people, whether it be Marco or somebody else.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah, maybe that's the interpretation. But yeah, that just seemed like a random thing to show multiple times for
you'd think he'd have more material.
That he just really latched on to that one moment. Yeah,
It said all he needed to say, or what he felt like.
Yeah, it's how he's feeling. So, yeah. So, will we see All-Seeing Eye again?
I hope so.
Spider in a Top Hat 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, coming in 2019.
That might be accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
December 2018 could be a possibility.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like late 2018.
Lock it into season 4. Yeah, I think we'd welcome part 3 of this series.
Definitely.
And especially if we do Dark Star, and then we see how the Dark Star arc, and she's more dark magic. See how that has changed the.
Oh man, what if there's like an Office Politics episode where like All-Seeing Eye somehow convinces all the spells to join?
Oh my god, that would be amazing! He gets so popular. Yes, he becomes the new top eye in the
we'll have our election episode, Spider with a top hat versus All-Seeing Eye. If we do any sort of transition with Star's magic, I do think we should reflect it in the Inside the Wand. I think that could be a powerful tool. So yeah, there you go. Stump Day, Holiday Spellcial. Michelle, what are your final thoughts here?
This was a fun time. I don't know anything about the episodes that are coming after this week, but like, I thought this was a nice break from the direction we've been going. I'm ready to get back to it after this, but this was a really nice break. It was super enjoyable.
Yeah. Alex?
Yeah, I think it serves its purpose as a nice palate cleanser. It brings me back to what part of what I fell in love with Star in the first place. The fact that it's just a very fun show to watch without inserting all plot elements from a bunch of different lines. And just letting the characters interact with each other and do fun, punny jokes. So yeah, this being the taste I have in my mouth going into 2018 of Star is much better than having a Monster Bash be the final thing to see.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, come on. I'll take Monster Bash over either of these episodes. I do agree the general tone of the show, I'd prefer this, though. Unfairly hating on Monster Bash. We're
not hating on it.
Yeah,
it's
I think we
just...
talked about it enough, but it's an okay
Yeah.
episode. But these are more in line with what I expect Star to be like.
Thematically, yes.
Like a weekly basis.
In terms of like ranking, I'd rank Monster Bash over these. Anyway, Stumptacular, yes, I agree. Punny Stumptacular. So, very great stuff with Stump Day and Holiday Spellcial. Seems like we have potentially 8 episodes left of episodes here referring to 30-minute blocks of Star Season 3, so it would fit right in line if we just did Star February again with the exact same model.
Oh, so, yeah.
We'll see if that's what they do. I think that's probably the favorite to Disney, just do another bomb, except instead of 2 11-minute blocks a day, it would just be 1, since they have less material for the end of the season. So potentially looking out for that, but probably at least a few months off. At least 2 months off from Star, I would say. No.
We could wait till March, have it be Starch.
No, that's an awful pun, and that's a bad one. Wait that long.
Hashtag Starch.
Starch.
Yeah, get it trending. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're not locked into February. It'll be sometime in the spring. So
Marcho instead of.
Oh
Marco.
my God. Disney needs to hire you, Alex, and then fire you for these awful ideas. These brilliant but awful ideas.
They'll hire me for the Net Spider with the top hat episode. I'll just
yeah.
Go all the eye puns you can.
Yeah. We only hit on one, but that's okay. Here we'll see.
I see your point.
Yeah, okay, stop. Let us know what you thought of Stump Day and Holiday Spellcial. Leave comments on if you're watching on YouTube there or on our website, overlyanimated.com. Join the discussion on Discord, overlyanimated.com/Discord, to text chat with us about Star. And you can consider supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thank you very much to all of our current patrons, especially our patron of the podcast. Andy, aka Buzz Lightyear, and thanks as always to our patron executive producers John, Ryan, Steve, Alex, Andy, and Hugh. Our internal voting for the end of the year awards has begun, and Star is firmly in the mix. So if you want to help Star out in our animation end of the year awards, you can become a patron for the month of December and get in on it. Either way, you'll probably see a podcast in the Star feed for the nominations and results. Assuming Star gets nominations, probably a lock for at least one. So. Exciting to evaluate this incredible year Star has had in the context of overall animation. All of that happening and more at overlyanimated.com. And thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Adios.